Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sapo de Studio. We're here on our field trip today at Apple Blossom Kombucha. You can kind of see the sign behind me here. And this is our buddy, oops, get you into the camera here. This is our buddy, Callie, right? Kaylee. I can never get it right. I always think Kaylee. Sorry. Anyways, she's going to kind of show us how this whole kombucha process works, maybe give us a little background. We met each other at Farmer's Market, I think, South Lansing?
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah.
And since then, her business has continued to grow, as has ours. And we actually use her SCOBY, her retired SCOBYs, which she just gave me a huge bucket of, for our shampoo bars, for our kombucha shampoo bars. So, anyways, anything you want to say?
Not much. I mean, it's nice we get to repurpose our SCOBYs. Sometimes I take them home and compost them, but a lot of the times I give them to Chuck to use for all of his products.
Yeah, so if you guys notice, this is kind of the tanks here. I'm going to switch this around so I can see. So I can, right, okay. So if you notice, she's got some huge tanks here. Now, how much do these tanks hold?
About 136 gallons each.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so this basically, this is where they ferment, right? This is where it's created, the teas.
Yep, so they've been fermenting about 3 weeks. It takes each batch. So I have each batch going. My next one that I'll kind of use will be this batch, which will be the one that I'll show you the SCOBY on.
Cool. And I noticed you got like these little log things on there. What is that all about?
Yeah, so I just, keep track of my temperature, my pH, do all my testing, and record it for every batch.
Is that something that's required by the health department, or?
Yep, just to make sure, my kombucha is healthy and safe for you to drink.
Sweet. Okay, well, this is the best part, guys, because wait till you see this huge SCOBY. It is like...
Yeah, so the SCOBY is what ferments the kombucha, and this one is fairly new, so it's just a little bit of a baby SCOBY.
Look at that.
I know.
And for those that don't know, can you kind of explain what SCOBY? I know it's an acronym that it stands for what?
Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast.
Wow.
So it eats the sugar and caffeine from the tea that I put in it and creates kombucha, which, like I said, takes about 3 weeks. And then after a few batches, I kind of clean up the SCOBY. My older SCOBY I give to you to make your products.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then now these are just like, because I noticed you have a lot of different flavors of kombucha.
Yeah.
So then this is like the base, right? And then there's like a second fermentation that occurs.
Yeah, so in here I'll just make, my original kombucha, and then from here I'll second ferment in different containers with fruits and vegetables and herbs to flavor the kombucha.
And then do you add any extra sugar or anything to yours?
No, the only sugar in my kombucha is the sugar from the fruits. So it's much lower in sugar than a lot of other brands, but not as tangy because I use a different blend of teas. Now,
it automatically or it naturally comes with like a little fizziness or carbonation, right?
Yeah. I mean, my kombucha, I don't force carbonate, so it's just natural carbonation. And you can even see like all the bubbles in here are the CO2 escaping out of, the kombucha. So it's just a natural carbonation. Some kombuchas do force carbonate there. So those are like the super bubbly kombuchas you'll drink.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then what's this cover? Is this just to keep the bugs and stuff?
Yeah, to keep contaminants out. And it just needs a breathable cover, so, the CO2 can escape and oxygen can go in.
Still get in, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.